Hi, I'm Dr. Connie. So I routinely have patients complain about low libido. While men patients have the same issue, today we'll focus on women. So the menopausal transition can be a very difficult time for many women. Often, I find that there's much more happening under the surface in my patients' lives than meets the eye. Busy lifestyles, everyday stress, lack of quality sleep, and many other variables can place sex at the bottom of the to-do list. Most of them roll their eyes at me and share that it's a chore. They complain that they just don't like it and try their best to avoid the situation, but we all know it's a significant part of a relationship. Low libido is a multidimensional issue. It's like a mosaic with different smaller problems creating an overall bigger issue. So typically it's accompanied by fatigue, sleep deprivation, mood swings, and even mild depression. And it's possible to get proper help, but the solution requires that you pay attention to the right issues. In my experience, there are three broad categories that cause the most problems. One is endocrine, second is lifestyle, and third is a physical. So let's talk about endocrine factors. An example of this is when hormones fall out of balance. So as a woman approaches menopause and transition into menopause, low libido can result from declining levels of estrogen, progesterone, DHEA, and testosterone. Sometimes adrenal, thyroid, and growth hormones can also contribute to sexual dysfunction as well. So estrogen dominance. During perimenopause, the delicate balance between estrogen and progesterone is disrupted by fewer ovulatory cycles. Typically, progesterone levels plummet as estrogen levels fluctuate. This can cause estrogen dominance, causing symptoms such as water retention, breast tenderness, bloating, irritability, and such. Other common symptoms can include hot flashes, night sweats, and vaginal dryness. Such imbalances between progesterone and estrogen can cause low libido. Remember though, menopause is not a disease. However, despite the controversy, carefully administered bioidentical hormones can help patients to not only fend off the symptoms, but provide a better quality of life. There's much more we can discuss regarding hormone replacement therapy. However, that's a discussion in itself, so we'll save that for another day. So, adrenal dysfunction. As we age, DHEA levels decrease. The problem is that the cortisol levels remain the same or they increase, skewing the DHEA to cortisol ratio. This imbalance can cause fatigue, foggy thinking, decreased energy, and low libido. Sounds familiar? On the flip side, when the body doesn't make enough cortisol, it can cause extreme fatigue, low blood pressure, and low blood sugar, which makes you feel perpetually drained. If this is the scenario, DHEA replacement therapy can be an effective strategy to balance the DHEA to cortisol ratio. Because this can also address low libido as well as other accompanying symptoms. Because adrenals synthesize progesterone, adrenal health becomes an important focus in controlling estrogen dominance during your transitional hormone stage. The typical age for this is between 35 to 55. So hypothyroidism. Your provider or your doctor will typically measure TSH. However, if you seek out a functional medicine practitioner, they will likely measure a full spectrum of labs when it comes to thyroid. It's common for patients to have an underactive thyroid and thus decreased sexual interest. It's also important to note selenium and iodine can help support the conversion of thyroid hormone, T4, into its active form, T3. Many patients generally regain their sense of well-being once the thyroid is in balance again, something to consider. So metabolic syndrome. So endocrine imbalances can result in metabolic disturbances during the transitional menopause years as well. Women with metabolic syndrome have lower sexual drive. So let's talk now about secondary or second category, right? Which is physical factors. So I want to talk to you about dyspareunia, which means painful sex. I see a lot of this in my office. So as estrogen production declines, vaginal dryness and atrophy, which is shrinking of your muscles down there, is a common complaint. Even if your desire remains, pain during the intercourse is common and very uncomfortable. It's your right, though, to enjoy intercourse, and I'm letting you know there are some effective solutions. First is estrogen therapy. So there's a cream, estrogen cream called esterase cream that can be prescribed by your OB-GYN to effectively help you pump up your vaginal region, which will help with the dryness and the atrophy. Second is testosterone. This is not just for men. Testosterone plays a huge role for women in the transitional menopause phase in helping them to have a positive experience, specifically helping them to have orgasms. Low testosterone is a particular concern if you've undergone surgical menopause because replacement therapy is often necessary. So let's talk about non-hormonal approach. This approach can work for those of you who can't take hormones or only present with vaginal dryness. So hyaluronic acid suppositories with cocoa butter or vaginal application of vitamin E can work wonders. For some of you who have a pelvic organ prolapse, a pelvic floor physical therapy intervention has proven to have amazing results, and I have that every day. Strengthening of the pelvic floor muscle is key in this approach, in which I utilize a vaginal probe to provide you with the necessary stimulation to really actually strengthen your pelvic floor muscles. This will allow for a better experience both for you and your partner. So last category is lifestyle factors, focusing on supporting a healthy brain. The female brain is one of the most powerful erogenous zones, meaning very sensitive to sexual stimulation. Addressing brain health is an essential part of improving your libido, especially for those of you who are at a transitional phase in your life. At the core, you need to be thinking about ways to increase blood flow to your brain. So, avoid smoking, nicotine, and excessive alcohol as they constrict the blood flow and reduce the overall health of your vascular system. Exercise. So exercise will strengthen the heart, improve overall neurotransmitters that make you feel good in the moment, like endorphins and serotonin, and also tone your body. This is particularly important as you lose muscle drastically during this phase. I found that if you look good, you're more likely to be in the mood. Consume good fats is another one. Omega-3 fatty acids play an essential role in the function of your cells. Also, cholesterol, yes, I said cholesterol, is needed to make adequate levels of sex hormones. Stay hydrated. Drinking water throughout the day not only keeps you hydrated, but it's particularly important for brain function, since your brain is 80% water. Have good nutrition. Healthy foods provide your body with the vitamins and minerals it needs, which are necessary for a sexy appetite. Our bodies need B vitamins, magnesium, zinc, and iron for brain to synthesize neurotransmitters. For example, dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter responsible for pleasure. It requires both iron and vitamin B6 for its production. Get good sleep. Quality sleep is essential for a sexy libido. Take supplements. So Asian ginseng, the Peruvian herb maca, and ginkgo are examples of herbs used in Chinese medicine to improve blood flow and sexual function. If your partner's libido is also declining, take action. Typically, my patients feel that the waning desire is what's acceptable and is part of a natural aging process. I'm here telling you, don't take a back seat when it comes to your aging. A healthy sex life can have a positive impact in your life. So always seek to take on behaviors that will add to the quality of your life. So thanks again for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and opt in on my website, conniejian.com. I'll see you next time.